Final score outside Dean Court then, AFC Bournemouth 1, Newcastle United 1. I got Ollie here, and also introduce yourself, buddy.
Jakey.
Ollie, I'll come to you first. It was a much improved performance, wasn't it?
Definitely. I mean, if O'Neill can put in performances like that, I definitely think there's no reason why he shouldn't stay. But that's just whether he can keep that level up, because of course we've all seen him over the past few games and it's not been looking good. I still think there are a few missed opportunities there today, and of course the ref was shocking as always with AFC Bournemouth. But yeah, could do better, but definitely amazing.
It was your man of the match today, because there were a few players for me that really stood out.
I think Senesi was very good until he got subbed off. Neto amazing as always. I always find myself when Neto goes down, I'm always there just holding my breath, because he is such an influential player and he's just so good at what he does, so I'm going to have to go Neto.
We showed some defensive resilience today, didn't we? We didn't, apart from conceding before half-time, which was an unfortunate time to concede. In the second half especially, I thought we were really good. I don't think Newcastle were throwing the kitchen sink at us, but any time they did come forward, we looked really strong at the back, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't. I think because Senesi scored a goal as well, he was really strong in defence and commanding the defence, along with Neto, because he was the captain today, because Lloyd Kelly's injured. But
do you think that, from my opinion, it was so good to see Dom Solanke back. He just adds that something else up front, doesn't he? And also, that means we can have more strength on the bench. And Tavernier came on, so it's not so bad, is it? When you look at the strength that's coming back into the squad, does it give you a little bit more hope, and does that performance give you some more hope, especially with some of the teams we're playing next?
yeah, it does give me more hope to try and get out of the relegation zone, because I think we're 19th at the moment. But with our new signings, Semenyo, Traore, I think they're really strong players, and since we've signed them, they really gel well with Tavernier and Solanke up the top.
Brilliant. So on to Wolves next. That must inspire you a little bit, seeing that type of football.
I mean, it's a 6-pointer up next. There's no way around it. If we don't win that, if we lose that, it's going to be a big punch to the stomach.
Yeah.
But looking on the bright side, not only did we not concede a set piece, we scored one.
Yeah.
Now that is rare in AFC Bournemouth history.
Yeah, good stuff, gents. Thanks very much for coming on.
Thank you
Really
very much.
appreciate it. Neil Whedon is next on camera. Hello, Neil. You all right?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Yeah.
You feeling better? A little bit?
Yeah, to be honest, I was quite positive before the game. I mean, I think my prediction of 3-0 win was probably a little bit too optimistic, but no, I felt after Brighton last week, I really saw some good signs. And with more players back today, I was expecting a good performance, and that's what we got.
Was it emotional for you seeing Eddie in the other dugout, or did you put that all aside?
No, it was. I thought it was good that we didn't do anything about it until the end of the game, and then we obviously it got quite emotional then. I think as we wandered around the ground and sort of clapped all the fans. So that was emotional. I think during the game, it was just another game, really. Except we had the opportunity to have a little go at Ryan Fraser. So it's never.
What pleased you about that performance today? Because attacking-wise, we've certainly improved, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. I think Traore in the middle of the pitch really does generate a lot more options for us. And he's really calm and controlled. But I would say Jack Stevens, I think, has been a revelation at the back. From what a lot of the Southampton fans have said about him when he joined us, saying how bad he was. I mean, he's been great. He's hardly put a foot wrong. And him and Senesi at the back today, I thought were really good and solid. But and we showed a bit of spark. We've got a bit of life about us.
Quite often you can always pick out an under par player. You think, no, they didn't do quite well enough. I'm not sure you could do that today.
I think everyone played well. I mean, I think the one, if we're going to make any sort of criticism, maybe Adam Smith is running out of time at right back, because he just looks a little bit behind the pace for a Premier League game. But we've got Fredericks coming back. And hopefully, we'll be strengthening that position soon.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hi there. He loves the limelight. Neil, thanks for coming on, mate.
Yeah, thanks.
Really appreciate it. Cheers, buddy. Hello, my friend. How are you, Flynn? How you doing, mate?
Good.
That was all right, wasn't it?
Yeah, great. Semenyo is just so fast. Like,
Yeah.
I was just like,
I was like, oh, he's fast. And unfortunately, Vina didn't come on. I thought he should have come on for Sinetti. Sinetti did come off. Who was that for, Sinetti? Who did Sinetti come on for?
Sinetti came off, and then Chris Mepham came on.
Oh.
Yeah. But, you know, do you think our new signings on the whole have done so well? Because I thought that Traore was good again today, and also Ouattara as well on that right-hand side. He's a good player. So these new players in the squad, does it make you feel confident that we can at least have a chance of staying up this season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that's a big 1 point for us. Top 4. It's great to get 1 point against top 4. Other teams struggle to do that, and we've just gone and done that. Great game, Solanke holding the ball, trying to get it through. Great running on the wings.
Yeah.
We were like row A.
Well, that's a good spot, isn't it, Phil?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, mate. Loving your shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, it's been signed by nearly every player, I think. Who was your man of the match today?
I would say it's a hard one. We all play great. Traore.
Brilliant. Thanks for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it. Matt? A bomber.
Mark's my mate from Newcastle. He wants a
hello,
photo
mate.
with you. But don't get it was a photo opportunity.
Oh, well, okay. Well, we'll do that in a bit because we are doing a rolling. We are doing a rolling video. It's fine. All right, come on next. We will do it though. Right, gents.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Feeling okay after that?
Yeah, definitely.
Who's your man of the match today?
Jack Stevens.
Jack Stevens. Yeah, I thought he did really well defensively. And what about yourself? Man of the match.
Billing.
Billing. Yeah. No, I thought he did all right. We're playing Wolves next week. Do you think that means we can get something?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Well, what's your prediction?
3-2 Bournemouth.
That's what I like to hear. What are you going for?
I'm going to go 2-1 Bournemouth.
Nice one, gents. Thank you very much for coming on. Really appreciate it. Next, Simon. And the little man. How are you, Josh? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
You can come on together if you want. Right. Duo. Simon, you all right?
Yeah, I'm great after that. I'm feeling positive.
That word beginning with C, competitive. That's what we were today.
Yeah, we were competitive and are competitive at this level, and we were. We were miles better. I'm so happy. I'm kind of buzzing. I'm a bit sad we didn't win. It's
almost like the players knew they had to play for Gary O'Neill today. It's almost like it was a last chance saloon. I'm not sure whether that was the case or not, but it just felt like they were certainly playing for him.
Yeah, but they were just so much better in so many areas of the game. I've got nothing to criticise about it. I think it's hard to find a man of the match. I think they all put their shift in. I think even Meps, when he came on, was great, winning headers. Shame that ball didn't go over the line. Maybe Dom shouldn't have done the fancy back heel.
What happened with that? Because I was in the south stand, so the ball came across from the right hand side, and was it that typical Dom flick that he did?
Yeah, it was that. Ball comes across and flicks back behind that. So, some other people would have just probably wrapped their foot around it and tried to, get it in, and it probably would have gone on the goal. But, it's a great point. We're really competitive. I'm excited about what's to come from certain players, especially Traore. I thought he's really exciting to watch.
Did you feel a bit weird seeing Eddie Howe in the other dugout, wearing the other tracksuit at Dean Court? That's not what we're used to. We're used to him in our box.
I pretended like he didn't exist.
Really? Well, you know what? That's probably how he would have dealt with it mentally as well. But Josh, what was your analysis on that game? Are you a bit happier than previous performances?
I'm a lot happier because that's how we play with all of our players. There's no excuses if we lost today.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been any excuses.
No, I completely agree. And surely that gives you a bit of hope. Does it give you a bit of hope with the matches that we've got? Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. Look, Newcastle are a top 4 side. Arsenal are dropping points. Man City haven't been amazing recently. Liverpool, we know what they're. Can we get some points in those games?
I think we could steal a point from Liverpool and Arsenal.
Do you think that?
There you go. Well, I think there's enough there to demonstrate that we can have a go, and we shouldn't be shy about having a go because we've got certain players that can do certain things a lot better. And having all those players back on the bench, we suddenly had options, which we haven't had for weeks. So, all positive. Let's keep it going. Gary O'Neill in.
Who knows?
Maybe next time.
Thank you very much. Scott, we'll do you quickly. Hi, mate. Thoughts on that game?
Well,
Do you want to come in a little bit more?
sorry. We could have scored more than one goal, but one goal is not enough.
No, do you think in order to try to get results against these teams, we really do need to be scoring more than one goal, because we've always got that chance to concede, haven't we? Newcastle did score, but we kept them out, didn't we? Are Bournemouth staying up? Probably. Oh, that's what I like to see. But you're feeling more optimistic now, are you?
I'm optimistic though.
Yeah. Good man, Scott. Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. Thomas.
Sam, need a photo?
Mate, we're live. We're live. We'll do. You know what? We'll do it after Tom. Hello, mate.
Just waiting for my Fraser to warm up. Still waiting. Much better, wasn't it?
It was much better.
Much better.
It was much better. The players were playing for Gary O'Neill today.
Yeah, they were grafting. They were working really hard. I thought, if you play another 10 minutes, I don't know who's going to win that. We made them look bang average, I thought. There wasn't much in the game at all.
It was
probably
it was
a fair
like
result.
an Eddie Howe A team versus Eddie Howe B team on it in a way, and it was that.
Yeah,
Ebb and flow that game.
Yeah, I didn't think there was anything in the game at all. I've just seen the Trippier one back. It's so close to being over the line. So we're really unfortunate there. Dom should probably put that away. He tries a little flick. Probably should just tuck that in. But I thought we more than earned the point. It surprised me. But a lot of their players look average. I thought, they a lot of credit for people like Dan Byrne. I thought he was really poor. St. Maximin, rubbish. Isaac's nowhere near as good as Callum Wilson. They almost nearly had to bring on Fraser and Richie at the end. It was getting that bad for him. But I thought it was a fair result. Really did. Nice at the end with Eddie, wasn't it? I thought as a fans as well, I think there's been a lot of talk about kind of criticism for O'Neill and kind of supporting Eddie and all that stuff. I thought it was bang on today. I thought we got behind the players. I thought it was a really good atmosphere in there, got behind the team. And at the end of the game, when the game's done, we all saluted Eddie at the end. Yeah. And I thought that's exactly what you want to do. And obviously give Fraser a stick in between. So it was perfect. But players worked really hard, mate. They really did. I thought Billing and Lerma were really good. The defence were good. It was a shame Celeste got injured, but Mepham done well when he come on. Stevens was immense. I thought he was really good. So I was pleased, mate. It really surprised me. I think we've said this a lot lately. I think the problem we've had is we're conceding the first goal a lot in games, and then we struggle. Because if teams sit back, we haven't got enough. But nicking that first goal means we're quite a tough nut to crack, and we showed that today. I thought we were really good. So yeah, see what happens. I still think it's going to be tough. We've gained a point at Southampton, but you look at everyone else. Everton haven't played yet. Wolves got a win. West Ham got a point against Chelsea. So it's still tough to find. Do you know what I mean? To say that we're not going to be in the worst three teams, but because it's at home and it's only a point, but it's a point in the right direction. And against a team that are doing really well, we more than matched them. So we got to be happy with that, mate. No one expected us to get anything today. Eddie's still trying to beat us, mate, in the league.
He
do you know what I
is. Now I've got a photo to do, so I'm going to bring on Alex. So stay on screen with me, and Alec, you can ask Alec a couple of questions.
Okay.
Just bear with me because I'll be back.
I think he wants a picture of me as well, by the way.
He does, yeah.
Alec, what did you think today? Because I just said then, I thought that was much better today.
I wasn't expecting that.
No.
What we've got quite a tough couple games after this. Yeah, we're not going to get a few points, but at least we've got a point here. At least we're in a better situation than I thought we'd be. We could have got a win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Stevens as well. Can we just say?
Yeah, I said that. I thought he was immense today.
Yeah. I don't think I was going to expect that from him, of all people. But yeah.
Was he your man of the match today?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because I think Billing got it on Sky. I think Billing got it. I would have said Lerma or Stevens, but I thought Billing was really good as well.
Yeah. As well, I'm quite surprised Traore plays for my team.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite funny how O'Neill's learned from his lesson. He knows what he's doing. He's evolving. We can see he's evolving. He's although it took him a bit of time, we're now a team. We've kind of fully gelled. Yeah. It's
Much better. We got to go and beat Wolves now, and it's all looking rosy, isn't it?
Oh yeah. And then we got Arsenal, Man City.
Yeah, so talk about it.
Easy, yeah. Yeah, Europe next year. Still looking good.
Oh, Europe next year. We're all back on.
Yeah.
Are you out of photo?
Yeah. We haven't won in a second.
We haven't won now, are we?
No, in a second, mate. Tom, just quickly.
Go on.
Eddie Howe knows Gary O'Neill, doesn't he? Did they play together for a bit?
Yeah, a couple of games, I think.
Yeah.
Couple of games Pompey, yeah.
It must have been weird for Eddie today. It must have been weird for him.
Yeah, probably a bit bizarre for him, but same again. He's happy to take a point off Bournemouth. Do you know what I mean? He can't do it, can he? He can't bring himself to beat us.
How does it make you feel about Gary now? Stay of execution. We don't want to be negative, but
no.
People have been saying that the writing's been on the wall. If we don't get a result today. I think 1-1 probably appeased a lot of fans, but it's the performance more than anything that I think has given some people some encouragement.
Yeah, of course. I don't think, working hard and grinding out a point, that doesn't change my opinions on what I think we should do going forward, but it's a positive step, and I'm not going to come out here and start criticising because of what I want, because at the end of the day, it's a good point. But I think, listen, you can't go against players for what they did today in terms of work ethic, grinding to the end and earn a point. Do I think we'll probably have enough to stay up? I'm not sure, but there's positives today. Let's not try and go over kind of things. Let's not go overboard on things long term. I think today is one of them games that we all expected to lose, and we've gained a point. So let's just be happy about that and see what happens. But he got a few things that he's probably got wrong. I thought it would have been easy for him today at 1-1 to do what he did against Brighton. Bring on Vigna, go defensive, sit 5 at the back. He didn't do that today. He's learned from that. He kept going. He brought on Semenyo. He tried to keep pressing them high because they couldn't get out. And that defend from the front. Do you know what I mean?
One thing I was concerned about was the substitution windows again.
Yeah.
3 different subs, and had Newcastle scored, then there were no changes that we could have made. But in hindsight, look, it's 1-1, it doesn't really matter, I suppose.
Yeah, and I thought Dongo went down a few times, so I understood that one for Semenyo. And then Smith had just got booked on St Maximum, who's quick. So I think it was just Smithy's on a yellow. Let's bring Fredericks on. It was like for like, wasn't it? That's what I liked. It wasn't. When I saw Mepham warming up, I didn't realise Celeste was injured. I thought, what is he doing here? But it was all like for like today. He knew we were doing well, didn't need to sit back. So yeah, I think if you play another 10 minutes, I'm not sure he wins that game. Like, we were just on top of them. So yeah, I'm well happy, mate.
Nice one, Tom. Cheers for coming on, mate. Nice one. Really appreciate it. Mark's on here as well. Hi, Mark. How's it going, mate? You all right?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah,
it was better.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought they showed really good intent right from the start, so that closing down, getting the ball, playing the ball forward. Obviously now we've got that pace in the team as well, that we can like get in behind sort of like teams. I thought Traore looked really good. Obviously first time sort of saw him. I thought Dango did better than obviously the Nottingham Forest sort of like game. But yeah, I thought the overall performance was really good. I thought again just showed that really good intent to sort of like the game. I think we created sort of like loads of chances, but I don't think Newcastle did either. But yeah, I thought the performance was really good.
Lerma had a lot of bite in midfield, didn't he? It seemed to be sometimes when we play these teams, we've got some good attacking players and our defence isn't quite on it, and there just seems to be a chasm in the middle of the pitch. But I thought everyone linked up really well today, and we seemed to play through their lines very well. We also at times seemed to play a little bit more direct with balls over the top. Quite often they floated away, and the amount of times I saw Nick Pope coming off his line and having to go outside the box. I mean, that was another thing that we got them thinking about. But we're just bringing in some different styles against a team that are very, very good. I thought we were right.
Yeah, and I think against sort of like Newcastle, probably even like the next home game against like Man City, I think that's how we're going to have to sort of like play against sort of like these teams. We're not going to sort of like out football like Man City and Liverpool sort of like here. So having this pace in the team where we can get the ball in behind and sort of like disrupt their sort of like play. And I thought when the ball was bouncing around in that midfield, we were sort of like winning the ball back well, sort of like today. Yeah, like you said, I felt Lerman was good in midfield. I thought again, sort of someone like Jack Stevens, every time he sort of like plays, probably a bit harsh than like Mepham, not from before the World Cup, he was probably like our player of the season. But every time like Jack Stevens has come in, he's always played really well. I thought it was really good today.
And it must give you a little bit more excitement and optimism going forward when you see the strength that we have on the bench. There's less reliance on filling that bench with the under 21
younger players from sort of like the Brighton game like last week, and it's like still like 3 subs, 3 younger sort of like players on there. If you think then you add like maybe like Lloyd Kelly into that, you add like maybe Lewis Cook when he comes back into that as well. Sabani when he sort of like gets sort of like say up to match fit or obviously back sort of like say training, then obviously sort of like hopefully playing more sort of like games. I think the squad is sort of like now sort of say stronger. Obviously 3-4 tougher games sort of like say coming up now, and I think if we can get through like these 4 sort of like games, especially after City, Arsenal and Liverpool, and within touching distance again, sort of still like all these teams sort of like above us, I think it just gives us sort of like a chance really of trying to get out of it.
Thoughts of Newcastle today? Weren't quite on it, or did we just stop them playing? I mean, I thought they were all right, but I'm sure their fans are going to have their own criticisms of their performance.
Yeah, I thought again, I don't think Neto had to make too many sort of saves that I can sort of like think of. And again, just sort of seeing how sort of like Newcastle played in sort of like these previous sort of games, they're not like these teams where they go and sort of like blitz teams. They've always sort of like these like really sort of like close sort of like games. But I thought the way we kind of got after him, closing down in like that first half, and again sort of like disrupted how they sort of like played. I think there was more sort of like about us sort of like putting our game onto them. But no, I say I thought it was a really good sort of like performance today, and again that's kind of how we're going to have to probably play against some of these like tougher teams at home. Be a bit more direct, and again that just gets the crowd up. You know, if you put the ball forward, like you said, Pope coming out, kicks out for a throw-in, but we're higher up the pitch and things like that really. So I think that's kind of how we're going to have to sort of like play in like these next sort of like few games, especially at home, disrupt these teams and be a little bit more sort of like direct. Now we've got the pace in the team.
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay,
Mark, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. Cheers. Stevie boy. Let's have a quick chit chat. Go on.
He wants to come on, really.
Right, so we've got, when you watch the vlog, you'll see that this little lad here, Adam, mascot, how was it? What secrets did you learn from the dressing room? Who hates who? Who don't get on with who? Or was it good?
Was it all good in there?
No, because you only saw the players when they came out.
Okay, so who did you walk out with?
Traore.
Good stuff. And he had a good game, Traore, didn't he? Obviously, a win against Newcastle would have been great, but we got more shots on goal, didn't we? We were better attacking wise. Who was your man of the match?
I haven't been thinking.
You're going to say Traore's new best friend now.
Yeah, he's your best buddy, isn't he?
He was my favourite last game.
Yeah.
And what about this game? Who do you think? Billing, Stevens, everyone played well today. It's a difficult choice.
Oh, you know what? He's going to have a think about it.
Should we give it to Senesi for his goal?
All right then.
Yeah. Come on.
Steve,
Hi mate.
feeling a bit more optimistic about things and a bit happier
I
after
was actually optimistic.
Why didn't we do this about
Don't you remember the
2 months ago? Why didn't we do this before?
Well, because the transfer window wasn't 2 months ago. Now we've got a transfer window under our belts. We've got a few players in there, a new breath of energy amongst the group, and they just look a bit more. You know, there's a bit more zest about them, a bit more tempo about them. And we've
Is
got
it
that
too little, too late though, in terms of staying up? Or
possibly, but
we've given ourselves a chance.
We've given ourselves a chance, yeah, and we've got that bit of pace which we've been severely lacking going forward. Traore looks one hell of a player in midfield. I said it last week, thought he was really good, and I thought again this week he was a point in that game where he twists and turns out of 3 players and just emerges with the ball. I mean, you look at, we're little old Bournemouth and we've got that sort of player coming to our club now. But having Dom back was big today. Thought he was excellent. Thought Billing was excellent. Apparently he got man of the match on Sky, but I haven't had that confirmed. But yeah, all round I thought the team was excellent. I thought Stevens was magnificent. And Gary O'Neill didn't mess about with it, which he's been doing and making us sit back and soak up the pressure, but we didn't need to, and we should have done that at Brighton.
I mean, for 90 minutes it was brilliant. But had Newcastle snuck a winner somehow, we would all be saying the opposite, wouldn't we? Is that how fickle we all are?
No, I don't think we'd be saying the opposite.
Because Brighton wasn't that bad a performance apart from the goal that we conceded.
I said last week it was a dagger in the heart, the result, but it came in the 87th minute, and for the 87 minutes we were decent. All right, we weren't brilliant, but we weren't the former shadow of ourselves like we had been in the previous weeks. And again today, we just I don't know. It's maybe a little bit of zest we need about the place. But I can see Ben's waning there, so I'm gonna.
he's doing well. Our cameraman extraordinaire today. And we got Heather coming on next. Very briefly, Heather, you didn't know you were coming on, maybe, but how are you? Right?
Good, yeah, really good.
It's her game too, you know.
It is.
Her game too, ambassador. There's more about that on the vlog. Thoughts about that, Heather? It was alright, wasn't it?
I thought it was much better.
You've got a smile on your face.
I have.
much better and much improved. Does it now give you a bit of hope?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we do need to get some wins because if we draw every game, we're still going down. But it's better that they're sort of gelling together now, the new players and everything. So
man of the match performance today. Who's your main man?
Billing, of course. Do you need to even ask? No, but he was really, really good today. Even Keith said so.
Brilliant. Heather, thank you for coming on.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it. Rich, Neil. Oh, hello, mate. Yeah, good, mate. Do you want to come on as well? Come on, mate. Adam.
What do you want me to say?
Just one sec. Just say
better.
Up the cherries.
Up the cherries.
No, but it was better, Adam.
It was better, wasn't it? But still not. That goal was crap to give away, wasn't it? Rebound.
Yeah.
But no, it's better. But still, Gary O'Neill out. He ain't got a clue.
That's what he said.
Get
right.
Marco Bielsa in.
Rich.
No, I'm not coming on.
Go on. He never comes on, so we just had to get it while we could. I spoke to you very briefly before the game, mate, and I think a lot of us were, I wouldn't say pessimistic, but almost like we almost expected.
No. Well, yeah, we did. I was trying. I said on Kirk's 2-1 that we'd be today, and it was about that far off, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah. I mean, what was your view of that?
What, that particular bit or the whole game?
Well, that moment.
It was so close. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he could do much more there because of where he was, and he was on the wrong foot and everything. But yeah, no, it was definitely better today. And they kept going to the end. They attacked. They brought on attackers, not defenders. Yeah, no, I think it was all good, to be fair. Well, not all good, but pretty good. And obviously we had the bit with Eddie at the end as well, which was special. Just keep going. And to be fair, he's got his team back now, pretty much. So there's no more excuses. Is there? So
no
now
excuses.
It's make or break, isn't it? See what happens.
I'm sorry for shunning you for getting Adam on, but he never appears on screen, so that was a golden opportunity.
I won't hold that against you at all.
Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. Ethan, quickly, and then Aaron to finish. Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
That was okay.
Yeah.
But how do you feel though, seeing Eddie in the opposition dugout? A bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, very weird, but good to see him again.
You know, like if you're gonna score how much you love him out of 10, right? Eddie Howe. Well, 10 obviously.
Yeah.
Jason Tyndall.
Probably 9.
Callum Wilson on air. Matt Ritchie.
10.
Ryan Fraser.
0.
There was a fair bit of booing there towards the end when he was running down the touchline warming up, but thankfully he didn't play because I think that would probably only give him the impetus to try to get one over us. But we got one over them early doors with Senesi opening the score, and it was apart from that last 2 minutes in the first half, it was actually pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was very impressed. Traore, he impressed me today. Good to have Solanke back. He's got energy, and that's what we needed. Tavernier looked good when he came on, looked sharp. Zamori played very well. Neto, good leadership. Good that he's captain now as well. I feel much comfortable in that situation when he was captain, and did good leadership, to be honest, and he had a decent game. And good to see Jack Stevens back out there, which we needed. And overall a brilliant performance and very improvement.
Nice one, mate. Thank you very much for coming on. Really appreciate it. And we're going to finish with Aaron. Aaron, how are you, mate? You all right?
Good, yes.
Nice to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you too.
We've actually got smiles a little bit.
I know.
That.
I thought it was a really good performance. What difference pace makes, and money does buy you a different level of player. Let's be honest. The likes of Traore, Otara, players that clearly lift the team, lift the club. Dom being back's massive help to have being back. So really lots of positives. Again, I think we question the final pass. The final ball, the final shot is not quite there. Obviously Dom could have won it towards the end, but what was pleasing today was we didn't go to back 5, we weren't negative. Semenyo like for like changes, so kept that momentum going, so that was good to see.
Wolves next, and I mean I've just been looking at the sort of league table and the results around us. I mean Wolves managed to turn around 1-0 deficit, win 2-1 with 10 men. There are certain teams that are picking up points around us now. Saints aren't one of them. That point today could go a long way, but does it make you feel a lot more optimistic, a bit glass half full after our recent performances, or are you not quite in that mindset yet?
Look, there's definitely more showing. Pace is everything. We've got all of that. We've got some new players. We've got players back from injuries. That definitely does help. So more players at Gary's disposal. Still question whether he is the right person or not, but that's for another day. Teams are picking up points. That's the thing. As you say, Wolves got a new manager in. They look a different team. Everton obviously got a new manager in and look at their first result. And so, although it was obviously great to see Southampton lose today, probably wasn't the best result for us if we look at the league table, because Wolves are further adrift from us now, and Leicester are clearly now far adrift, Forest themselves. So the pack of teams is getting smaller and smaller. So I'm sure Southampton will be down there. I'm sure Jones will be gone tonight or tomorrow. But look, as I've always said, I think I'm very optimistic for the long-term future of the club, with the likes of the players we can bring in, the backing we're clearly going to get. Whether we have to then have a bit of a bumpy ride the next year or so, go down and come back up, then so be it. But I'm relaxed about the long-term future, definitely.
That's not a side that I didn't see that as a sign that as down tools that many thought might be the case for Gary O'Neill. It's almost like they were playing for him.
Yeah, they definitely were. They were very much up for it tonight. I don't know if the atmosphere with Eddie and everything heightened the occasion, but I think the players will have got a lift from the key players that are back, key players that have been brought in, who they can clearly see are a level above who they were playing with before. That's bound to give any team a lift. So, look, as points-wise, we're very much in it. We've got some very hard fixtures to come, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. You've got to stay optimistic.
Nice one,
All right.
Aaron.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming on, mate. Yeah, you too. And thank you so much, Ben. You did a sterling job there behind the camera. Thanks very much for watching. If you want to subscribe to this channel, it's recommended because tomorrow morning the matchday vlog is out. Loads of unique footage on that, pictures of Eddie coming in and all the rest. But obviously we're more interested in Bournemouth. So by subscribing on Monday, you'll get pinged if you click the bell, because we'll have a second look that's coming out in the evening where we'll go over the performance. We'll be in our studio. So make sure you tune in to that. Thanks very much for watching. Up the chest.